Hey friends, welcome back to another video. My name is Emma Lefebvre, and today we are doing a Christmas lights holiday card. So let's jump right in and start. Okay, so today we are doing another holiday card. This time we are going to be painting a string of lights in the dark. Today I'm using my Academy watercolor paper pad. It's a block of paper, which means it's glued down on all sides, so I don't need to tape it down with painter's tape. But if you are working on a single sheet of watercolor paper, I suggest you get some painter's tape and tape all sides. I'm going to be taping all sides anyway because I want a bit of a border on this piece, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to tape it down just to get that nice crisp border. But because we are going to be painting the whole background, you are going to want to tape it down or work on a block so your paper does not warp. Also, for this project, you're going to want to make sure that you have decent watercolor paper because we want it to stay wet as long as possible to get the proper glow of the lights. And if you're working on cheaper paper, it just doesn't work as well. It dries really fast and you're not going to get the same effects. So if you don't have it, you still want to give it a try, definitely do it. Just know that it's not you, it's your paper. All right. So I have this paper today. I have my Winsor Newton Professional Watercolors. I have my Emma Lefebvre and Craftimo brushes, in a size 12, my Mott brush and a size 6. I also have this Posca pen, but any black pen will do. After, I'm going to write Merry and Bright at the bottom. And I also need some white ink. So I have Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof white ink for some white detail. If you don't have this, you can use a white gel pen, you can use white gouache, white acrylic, whatever you have, that'll just create a bright white on top. And I think we're ready to go. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, I've filmed this like 3 times already and I've made mistakes for all of them. So if you don't get this right away, don't feel bad. I didn't either, okay? So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover the whole background. Oh, breathe. This pregnancy is making me out of breath just talking. So if I'm breathing heavy, that's why. I'm sorry. It's hard to talk and breathe and do anything at this point. Covering the whole background with some Payne's Gray. My Payne's Gray, the professional Payne's Gray in the Winsor Newton set, is quite blue, which I like. So if yours is more on the gray side and you want like a darker blue for your background, you could add a bit of blue to your black or your Payne's Gray or whatever. Indigo is a nice color for that too. I'm just going to try to darken it around the sides as much as possible. And the string of lights is going to go like this. Okay, it's going to go like this. Okay, so we want to make sure our paper is nice and wet. Not wet enough that if you were to tilt it, there would be like drops falling off of it, but you want it to stay wet. Okay, so now you're gonna pick your colors for the lights. I'm gonna go yellow, green, and red. And what you're gonna do, make sure there's not a lot of water on your brush because you don't want it oh my God, I can't speak, dripping all over your paper, but you just wanna get your color and all you're gonna do is you're gonna tap in the same spot to get this glow. You're gonna skip 2 spots, 1, 2, do another one of the same color. Tap, tap, tap. Okay. 1, 2. Tap, tap, tap. If you need more paint. Some colors spread better than others. You'll notice that. You might want to do this on a test paper first. 2, and then maybe up here. Okay, you'll notice my green doesn't spread out as well as this, and that's okay. I'm going to mix my lemon yellow with my Hooker's green just to make it a brighter green. Okay, and I'm going to, again, tap. See how it doesn't move as much? That's okay. You might just need to add a little bit more water or a bit more paint. And your paper needs to be wet, okay? Because if it's not wet, it won't spread out evenly. All right, and then lastly, I'm going to do some red. So I'm going to grab some cadmium red, and the same thing. The red moves pretty well too. So yeah, you're going to want to test this out before you do it. I've done a few test sheets I'm going to be honest. Oop, I had a drop of water on that one. That's why it spread so much. That's okay. Just be careful. Yeah, I've done a lot of test sheets and a lot of them weren't working out. So please don't get discouraged. I had my fair share of frustrations with this piece already. All right. Wow, that one is exploding quite a bit. All right, it's okay. And yeah, see, it's already starting to dry, so I can't do any more. Now we're gonna let it completely dry and then we'll come right back. All right, now that it's completely dry, we are gonna take the same colors. So let's start with my yellow, and we are gonna do a light bulb shape. Just the outline, like so, on each of the same colors. Some of them you might see better, like this was really concentrated, so this is a lot darker than I wanted. It's fine. Like so. Green. Yeah, the green turned out a lot more concentrated than I wanted as well, but that's also fine. Oh, the last filming I did of this tutorial, it turned out well, but the spacing was awful, so it drove me too nuts, and I couldn't deal with it. So I did it again, and now this isn't turning out as well as the first one. So those are the struggles of filming tutorials. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. You just gotta kind of go with the flow. All right, like so. So now we have to wait for those outlines to dry. And while we're doing that, I'm gonna write Merry and Bright down here. So I'm gonna start off with a pencil outline. I'm just gonna write it in cursive. Merry and, I don't like the way I do and. There we go, and. Right. Like so. Now I'm going to write it with my Posca marker. And now I'm going to go back over it and make all the downstrokes thicker to make it look like faux calligraphy. Okay, so now that that's done, once the lettering is completely dry, I'll just make sure any pencil marks are gone underneath. But these lights are dry, so I'm just gonna actually turn this upside down just to work on it. I don't know why, it just feels better that way. And I'm gonna take my bleed proof white, and I'm just going to do the same light bulb shape in the center of the outline that we did with the color. Because if you look at lights, the brightest point, even if they're colored, are white. They come off as white. Okay, like so. And then we are going to take some dark green to do the string of lights. So I'm just going to take some Perline green here, and I'm just going to do a little rectangle, not touching the white, just below the white, so it doesn't bleed into the white, hopefully. Okay, and I'm just doing a little rectangle at the base. don't bleed, don't bleed. Okay, and then I'm going to take the same green and I'm just going to connect the lights. Kind of like this little scooping motion. Yeah, the white's bleeding into the green. That's funny. Oops, that's okay. Like that, and like that. That's funny. Okay. So there we go. There are our lights. I'm just going to make sure this is dry. I'm going to erase any pencil marks. And then I'm going to take my bleed proof white again. And I'm actually going to have some snow falling on top of the words Merry and Bright and on top of the string of lights when it's done. And then we'll do like a couple snow splatters. So just where the snow would kind of collect any kind of like parallel part, I'm just going to do, so like in the little crevices here. So it looks like the snow has fallen and collected on the words. Okay, and then make sure your string of lights is dry. And then you can just kind of pile some snow on top of the string. Like that. And then lastly, you're going to take some of that white paint, wet it, and you're just going to flick it like there's snow falling. Like so. Okay? And that is it. So now let's take the tape off and see what it looks like. Cute. It finally worked out, guys. All right. So then I would just take this off the block and glue it to my card. And there we go. There is our cute string of lights holiday card. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I really hope you liked it and I hope you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram for even more. Have a great day, guys. Bye.